Welcome back to the Prez Podcast. I'm the Prez, and with me is Kian. We're going to do our Super Bowl preview and picks. Really, it's just going to be mostly about our picks. I shouldn't really call it a preview. In fact, it won't say preview, it'll say picks. Uh, but Super Bowl 58 happening 2 days from now. Uh, excited for another Super Bowl. Sad to see another season ending. Sad that it's a rematch of Super Bowl 54. Um, Wish it had been a different outcome. Wish Baltimore had run the ball more than 6 times. Wish Josh Reynolds had caught the ball. But can't have nice things. Sometimes we just get rematches like this one. Last year, when I did my preview or pick for this game, or Super Bowl 57, and it was Kansas City against the Eagles, everything was really trending the Eagles' way. All the stats, all the advanced metrics, it looked like the Eagles had the more dominant team and were going to win that Super Bowl. In fact, they led a lot in the first half before the second half, and Kansas City made that rally and then eventually pulled that win out. But I had picked Kansas City in that game. A lot of that because I believe that Kansas City was going to win, and mainly because of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and the experience they have. And they did show that and win that game. Mahomes winning the MVP, of course. Now, if you look at the playoffs this year, you look at Kansas City and what they've done. Obviously, they won at home against Miami, and they won on the road and beat two good teams back-to-back weeks in Buffalo and Baltimore to give Patrick Mahomes his first playoff road wins and tests. And they handled those well. Now, notwithstanding the mistakes that each team made, Buffalo at the end of the game, and then, of course, Baltimore all game long with their horrible play calling. They did make things a little easier for Kansas City, but I will give them more credit as due. On the other hand, for San Francisco, it's almost like they were trying not to go to the Super Bowl and someone pushed them in. What I mean by that is Green Bay had them on the ropes. Detroit definitely had them on the ropes. Could have lost those games easily with how they played in both first halves. And it took tremendous rallies, and the other team kind of making some blunders in those second halves to get them in. Their defense has not been playing well. Purdy got lucky with a bunch of dropped interceptions in both games, even though I thought he played pretty good in that second half against Detroit. They're not coming in as a harder team. Now, if I was to use the same logic as I did last year, maybe I would go with the hotter team or go with the team that, so maybe I'd just, hey, it's Kansas City. They're trending in the right direction. And then there's the whole logic of, well, San Francisco's got a better roster, and that's why they're favored by 2 points, which, by the way, I think is bonkers. If anything, it should be a pick 'em, but to have San Francisco favored at all, especially the way they played the last couple weeks, is crazy to me. How the team that's been to their fourth Super Bowl in 5 years be underdogs? I'm not sure. But to round out my point, I just can't pick against Kansas City in this game. I can't pick Patrick Mahomes to lose to Brock Purdy. I remember what Kansas City did to San Francisco and San Francisco last year when they destroyed them in the middle of the season. I think Kansas City will be smart offensively. I think they finally got a rhythm with this team. This team is now more of a running team, way more balanced than they had been in years past. I think Pacheco is going to have a really, really good week and or a good game tomorrow, and I think he's going to get a lot of carries. So I expect this to be a Kansas City win. I think San Francisco will obviously play hard. I think McCaffrey will have a good game, but I think that Purdy will throw a pick. He's not going to get as lucky this week. I think turnovers will be key, and I think Kansas City's offensive balance will be key. So give me the Chiefs. Let's say 28-17.
Yeah. Going into this game, it just seems like it was pointing to the Chiefs a lot. They've been playing better, and the 49ers, they've been making more mistakes. They've been in closer games, and it seems like the Chiefs should win. They won last year.
We're getting our dog Solo is making his first appearance on the podcast. Anyway, keep going, Ken. There he is. Very needy Dachshund.
And
Please correct me on the pronunciation of that. Keep going.
I do think the Chiefs. I think that they probably deserve to win this game. They've been playing really well. They haven't been making that many mistakes. But the 49ers, I do think they have the better roster, and it just comes down to how many mistakes they will make.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think the Chiefs will make that many mistakes, and I don't. It depends on how the 49ers are going to play, and because I think the Chiefs will try their best, and if the 49ers try their best, I think it will be a really close game. I think these are two teams that have been playing really well and deserve that both deserve to win the Super Bowl. So in the end, I'm going to go with the 49ers because
Okay.
I do think they have the better roster, and I think if they both played perfectly, then I think the 49ers would come out with the win.
All right. Do you have a score?
I think it will be close. I think it would be in the 20s or the 30s. I think it could be a defensive game. I think it will be pretty normal. Something high 20s, low 30s.
Okay. All righty. Well, that is our predictions for the game. Hope you guys have a wonderful Super Bowl weekend and eat way too much food, but also enjoy the day with the people you want to watch it with, and may all your bets come true. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.